Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to the B&O Railroad Museum. We're here on location. We'll pan around some things here, take a little bit of video footage here and there, and we'll see what's here. Okay, it's kind of windy today, so you might hear some wind noise through the camcorder. Alright, we'll take a look and see what's around. So we are standing in front of the B&O or Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, the Montclair station or Montclair shops. Alright, so we'll pan down some rail cars that are out here at the B&O parking lot. We have a cool looking caboose here, and we'll keep panning down here. Sounds like there's a little bit of excitement going on. We had this B&O piggyback here, and trying to get the whole thing in the shot, but I actually have this piggyback and the MTH Premier O gauge. So MTH Premier made a piggyback that looks pretty much like this one. We'll keep going, and here we have Pierre Marquette, basically two-bay covered hopper here, and I found something pretty interesting on this car. We'll take a look here. This car is equipped with friction controlled spring group, and basically what that means is, instead of rotating wheel bearings in here, these are what's called friction boxes, and what you do is you actually remove that cover to grease, so these things will get packed with grease, and that was regular maintenance at one point in time, but it was just a lot of maintaining to do that. So there'll be carmen who actually pull the cover off, pack these up with grease, and put them back on. So this is what you would call a friction type truck. We'll keep moving along here. Alright, so we have a UTLX tank car here. It's kind of unique. It's marked for Goodyear Division Chemical. On the car it says for latex only. What I didn't know about these cars, looking at it now, is that this part of it actually looks like it's made out of wood. So this is actually wood right here that's going across there, which I didn't know about. And let's see when this thing was built. Wow. So take a look at that. This thing was built, there's your build date. All rail cars must have their build dates on them. And so it looks like it was built in 1923. And the last time it was tested was 1965. So, wow. Okay. Trying to pan back here so you guys can see these cars out here. And here's a pretty unique box car. I believe they call this the wagon top box car because of the way it rolls over at the top of the roof. So I'm pretty sure that's what these are called, the wagon top box car. And it looks like they used the series on there, like Conrail did. So this one's M53A. And keep walking around here. And we have this cool locomotive. And it is a EMD locomotive. and it is a GP40. So we're going to try and get this thing in one shot here, so you guys can see. Alright, so this thing's cool. So there you go. There's your B&O GP40, and it looks like they got it looking like it's made up like it's a train ready to move out. I mean, it's like, this is super cool, the way they had this staged. So here we have EMD SD35, B&O number 7402, out here at the museum parking lot. And if you look back here, you'll see there's 2 passenger cars and a B&O RDC in the back. So this is kind of cool to see an actual SD35 in person. SD meaning that it's got it's 12-wheel locomotive instead of having a traditional 8. And so this is a pretty cool piece here. Take a closer look so the viewers can see this thing up close and personal. There it is. There's your SD35 nomenclature. You'll notice it has the letter F. That's for front. And just panning down here. So once again, it's a neat place to see. This is right out in the parking lot. So I wanted to talk about something interesting here. So we're at the back of the SD35, and here's the MU cable. And you can see where it plugs in to the locomotive. So when you want to couple to another locomotive, you would have to plug that into it. And I believe the MU cables being used today are pretty much universal. So each one of these ports is supposed to be the same no matter what railroad it's on. Pretty much like trailers are in the world of trucking with lighting. You know, it's supposed to be universal, but don't quote me on that. You know, one of these ports tells the locomotive to throttle up, throttle down. One of them tells it to apply the brake. So these ports all do something individually or tell the locomotive that's helping it to do something individually. And with lights and throttle and braking and dynamic braking and so forth and so on. But I thought that would be interesting to show you while it's right here. So here is the rear view of the freight train headed by the B&O GP40. Looking at this, I think it would be kind of neat to actually recreate this on a model scale form. I don't know if all these pieces were actually made, you know, as far as model trains, but I think it would be a pretty cool setup to actually create this. Now, in O gauge, I know MTH made that B&O trailer service, and I have seen wagon tops being made in O gauge. So I think, yeah, at least in O gauge, this train's probably doable, or you're able to recreate it. I think it'd be a cool thing to have on your layout. Say, hey, yeah, this is the train that's at the B&O Railroad Museum, just like this is the one right here. So yeah, that's one of the thoughts that came in my head. You know, the way they have this set up as a train ready to head out, it'd be cool to have this on a layout. So just wanted to share that with everybody. And we'll pan around here. And once again, we are standing in front of the Montclair shops, and over there is the museum entrance. It's still a little early to go inside yet, but when you're out in the parking lot, this is everything that you'll be seeing. One of the things that caught my eye out here is that Cryotrans refrigerator car. I can't tell if it's a mechanical reefer. I'm thinking that maybe it is. But at any rate, I can't wait to get inside because I want to take good pictures of that. I had that refrigerator car in O gauge. Lionel actually made that in scale. The 57-foot mechanical reefer. That's what it looks like. Looks like they put some kind of air conditioning unit on it. But that's a cool piece, and I can't wait to get pictures of that because I do have that. So it's always nice to see something, even if it's at a museum. Nice to see something that you own and a model train that you actually can see in real life, like the B&O piggyback and the Cryotrans refrigerator car. I have both of those pieces. So we'll keep going.